Alright guys, it's another video from the White Shorts Club. We got another episode of Brainstorm. We're up to hit 4. This time around we'll be talking about the Jojo set kind of as a whole, kind of talking about each of the cards. So, we got Kaicho coming back with me here. I'm Myth.
Hello?
We have Wins Incarnate coming with us again from
Hello.
last week. And then we have our guest from back when we first saw Jojo, Pirohiko.
Greetings.
Alright, so Piro is our primary JoJo player, so he's gotten a little bit of testing, so what have you thought of the set so far?
I am having a blast. I've made many decks, and I intend to make many more, and, you know, the cards are just full of flavor, and they're lots of fun. I'm having a blast with the set so far.
Alright, well, I guess no better way than to just get in there, right? So, I guess to first talk about, we're going to section out the video into different categories. So we're going to start by talking about the level 3s in this set. First up, we're going to talk about the GER, which is on play, either from hand or by the effect of the Giorno, who belches them out from underneath him as a marker. You get a heal the stock by pitching a card from your hand, and then climax combo with a wind. On front attack, you can pay 3 at the beginning of Encore step to burn one the opponent. So this was the first of the stands that was introduced in the set, if I remember correctly, and we thought it was pretty underwhelming. Any changes in opinion now that we've seen the rest of the set?
I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's nothing, you know, it's nothing horribly oppressive, and it's a bummer that he's got a front attack in order to get this skill, but it does allow him to build the 3 stock during the battle phase, which is nice, and he does get around a few things by having this be during the Encore step, rather than be, you know, certain cards prevent burns during their battle, things like that, so that's kind of cool and kind of neat and pretty flavor there, so.
Okay, I think Wins. You had something or something?
Well, it's pretty. What makes me sad about this card is, well, yes, you get a heal to stock, so you can. It's a 3/1, right?
Yeah.
But the biggest issue is this card is when this front attacks, which means that if they crash their board, you don't get combo.
Yeah.
If what is it? They have the knife from Charlotte, but let's be real, no one really plays Charlotte, where you have to slide. You don't get combo either.
Can't even burn in that set, dude.
Yeah.
So this card is actually just useless.
I mean, a more
true.
likely one to see is the new Rider from Heaven's Field prevents front attacks.
True.
Okay. So, still pretty underwhelming. I mean, the cost is still a little expensive. But there's, I don't know. It seems pretty.
Pay 3 for burn 1 versus pay 2 pitch 2 burn 1.
Yeah, because I forgot the cost on the Gochiusa one, but overall, nothing too crazy. I don't know.
I'll also point out that since he has to, he gets the skill in front attack, but since he has to be around during Encore phase, he's susceptible to like memory kick counters or like the back row Asuna that sends stuff to memory, things like that.
Yeah, so he has to like survive a lot of interactable things from the opponent in order to actually pull off his effect.
Correct.
All right. Well,
at least you don't have to reverse.
That's true.
Yeah. You don't really care about power, and then 2 instances of burn 1's, you know, it's not great. You know, it's not a very high ceiling, but it's pretty consistent. So.
All right. Moving on to the next card, we got the Diavolo, the global 15 if he's in the front row, and then climax combo with the standby. You pay 2, pitch 2 when he gets put into the on the stage via standby, or his standby, to restand him. I know that Piro, you talked about some experiences with 8 standby Jojo. If you want to enlighten us a little bit on your tournament experience.
I like this card a lot, and I've made a few decks with him. You know, it's the restand effect is inconsistent a little bit, in that, like, you know, there's no way to really guarantee that you're going to trigger his standby during the attack phase.
Right.
There's definitely some tools in the set to help you facilitate that. There's no real guarantee for it. But it's nice to get that extra attack in. He's a great standby target, and he's nice and just buffing your field a lot. So yeah, I know this is also, I think, this exact same profile as the like Lion from Kimono Friends.
It's
I agree with the one I like a lot.
It's in Sunshine as well, except I think Wins said that the difference is that rather than Global 15, it's on play look top 3, but from hand.
No, it's on play look top X.
Oh, okay.
And then it's but the issue is it's on play from hand, and the other effect is on swing. This card gains 2k.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think this synergizes better with coming in from standby.
Yeah. I know that Kaicho over there enjoys his standbys and enjoys really good standby targets. What do you think of Global 15 and can restand itself, Kaicho?
Wait, hold on. Before that, Kaicho building a set with dudes in it?
True, but he still enjoys standby and good standby targets.
What do you mean I don't play standby?
I'm gonna have to go dig through the archives for that one, but
honestly, I think this card's okay. I mean, it's a standby target. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like the extra thing is nice, but we can probably get some cheese.
I mean,
there's probably a better top end for this.
There certainly is, but it's a pretty simple top end. Explains itself pretty well. Not bad. All right, moving on. We got the Abbacchio, the pseudo restander that we reviewed back in our first episode of Brainstorm. At the end of his attack, climax combo with a stock soul, pitch a card, put the top card of your stock to top of your deck, and kill him to bring out the Moody Blues from Waiting Room and put him in the slot that he used to be in.
Moody Blues is the card that comes after this, right?
Yeah, Moody Blues, for everyone, is a 2/2 which gets -2 level when he's on the field, and the opponent can't side attack him. So 2/2 10k, or level 0 10k, no siding, basically. 2-soul beater.
Is there any flavor in that?
The whole restand is very flavored, because what Moody Blues does, it's not really a combat stand. It's all about showing him he can replay the past. And so what you do is you replay his attack, and then you put that stock you just triggered, put it on top of the deck to trigger it again for your next attack.
So because I think it's like he replays the attack, except now Moody Blues is the one who's doing the attacking this time around.
Yeah, so you'll see later on there's another card that has like this clock on top of his head, and that's Moody Blues being that character going back in time and showing you what he'd done.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
yeah.
Like, he's basically the equivalent of like YouTube clips or like Twitch replays as a climax combo. Wow.
Yeah, so he doesn't actually go back in time, he just shows you what happened in the past.
Pretty good. It's also a really cheap climax combo, since it's basically pitch 1, but I mean, it's on a stock soul, and he doesn't really have anything else aside from the climax combo, so it might be a little tricky to get the climax combo off, but there is a Moody Blues Brainstormer that helps you out with that. There's a lot of utility that helps this combo out, now that I think about it.
Wait,
yeah,
also consider, right, that by the end of the game, if you're using this as your top end, what's great is that it is on a stock soul. It's not on a 1k1. It's not on a split 2k1. It's on a stock soul, which means when you switch out to the Moody Blues, you don't get the additional soul, so you're not overswinging as much.
And you know your trigger.
And you also get to know your trigger. So it's actually...
It's a really good way of getting those precision kills in late game.
Yeah, I was going to point out that, unlike the 2-soul triggers aside from the +2 soul itself, I think they're, unless I'm missing one, they're all auto climaxes. So when they place, they do an effect, and then it's done. So anything that comes out to attack afterwards does not get that effect. So like you said, the Moody Blues does not get the extra soul. So he just swings for 2. So keep that in mind when you play it. Another thing I wanted to point out that's fun about this is if you play this in, say, we'll get to this card in a minute, but there's a level 1 climax combo on a book. And so if you play book stock soul, what happens is, again, you can really high roll. If you've got double or triple Abbacchio and you're trying to swing for game, you attack, you trigger the book, you do the combo, you put the book back on top, you attack with a second Abbacchio to trigger a book again to keep paying for your Abbacchio cost. You're not actually losing any hand.
Wait a minute.
Dude, it's like playing toilet.
You do that book 4 times.
No, the best part is because it's discard a card, so it actually isn't even penalized by the book. Wow. Oh my god, Piro. Okay, now I have... Okay, oh my god.
Same thing if you're also playing this. There's another climax combo at level 1 that's on a soul gate. So again, as long as you have a climax in your drop, you can trigger that 4 times and pitch it 4 times or 3 times for the cost, and so you're not actually losing any hands. But you have to roll and get that first attack be the plus-in climax.
Or you can trigger standby.
Or you can trigger standby 4 times because sure.
Or you can trigger gate 4 times.
Yep.
Wait, so the dream is, right? The dream is you do the book. Or no, you can't do the book. So I guess the dream is to just swing with this, and then on the last couple cards, you would trigger the standby after the first, what is it called? Moody Blues swings?
Yeah.
You can standby out the restander and swing with that.
Well, I mean, because Piro and I talked about a little meme that we could do where have the Moody Blues come out from underneath one of the other cards as a marker, which is what stands tend to do, and you swing with Moody Blues, and then you swing with the Abbacchio, you trigger a standby, shoot the Moody Blues, and bring out the Diavolo restander from previously, so you get to pay for the restand costs, and you get an extra Moody Blues, which is another cheeky way of manipulating additional attacks. And then from there, I tried to figure out how to go infinite, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, you can if you really high roll and you build a deck around this, it's totally feasible to try and get like 8 attacks off with this in the standby. But that's one I haven't built myself yet. It's on my to-do list, and I fully intend to and have fun with this. But yeah, you can get many attacks to top it for that.
It's a very cheap combo. It's a really good combo. It's not bad. All right. Next combo we got is...
I should also point out that if you don't kill them, you have a Moody Blues on stage, which they can't side attack for precise damage.
Huh.
But it's not precise damage, it's a level 0.
Well, they can't side it in the first place.
Yeah. So it's like...
It's true. They can still bomb him, though.
Yes, you see that? Yo, what's another bomb?
210k?
0-0. That thing has killed the railgun level 3.
Wins. I'll see you with your Sio bomb, right?
Oh, I could bottom deck. We could bottom deck.
Wait, hang on. Shout out to my boy, I'm gonna leave his name out real quick, who plays Rinko, pay 1, let's bottom deck Moody Blues.
True.
Alright. I'll leave it there and
just stock bomb and give them cost to restand it.
The deck. Or just Chica bomb it.
Yeah, exactly.
Chica actually trades upwards in that, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Hilarious. Alright.
Alright, what's the next one?
Next up, we got Gold Bar combo. On play, all the opponent's characters get minus 1,000 level, or times level power. And then climax combo, on attack, pay 2, pitch 2, burn 4, choose someone on the opponent's field, minus 3k. The climax combo is on a gold bar.
Can we just say that 3 of this kills Armin?
Yeah, 3 of this does kill Armin, but good luck pulling off triple combo.
It's true.
That's a lot of stock on swing.
I mean, you can target.
That's 10 stock and 9, 10 hand.
Dude, you can target though, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Once you get all 3 out, you killed Armin, and you can start targeting again.
But then you just nuke them at this point because you minus like 9k anyways.
Wait, Armin's 6 6-5, right? The level
6-5, so you
3?
do 3 of them.
So you do 3 of them. Well, or hear me out. Wait, no, you only have to do 2, because isn't it times level? So
Yeah, 6K.
yeah,
That
6K.
makes Armin 500 with 2.
Oh, okay. Ah.
Because back rows are really swole for no reason for the last
Dude,
few years.
just play Plasma Grenade.
So play 2 and then Plasma Grenade? Okay. But Climax combo on a gold bar for Xenon Burn is still pretty good. You pitch an extra card and you get a minus 3k?
Dude, pay 2, pitch 2 is a real condition.
How many times am I going to use that minus 3k though?
True.
You probably aren't, but...
So, it's very relevant because let's actually look at the next card.
Oh? We have the next card?
Yes.
Okay. We'll
It's
jump
a
over
Climax
to...
combo with the same gold bar.
Oh! Okay. So this level 1, for each of your... Oh. Is this another card who is in memory?
Don't worry about the recollection yet, but just go ahead and read the rest of
Okay.
it.
Climax combo on reverse, blind stock, add... Oh, salvage the level 3.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
basically, it's the same gold bar. It gets power for recollection. There's another prosciutto that goes to memory that we'll get to eventually. To get some more power, he can't side attack. That's fine. But I think ideally, what you want to do, or what you can do most times, is you're going to do prosciutto, pesci, and then pesci gets you an extra stock and an extra hand to pay for 2 prosciuttos.
I mean, for each of the prosciutto, it depends on how consistently you can get the prosciutto into memory. I feel.
Well, no, because you what you can do is, so if you have 3-2, if you have 2 3-2 prosciuttos and 1 pesci, you can attack with the first prosciutto if you have enough hand and stock. Give something minus 3k, and then that guarantees pesci reverses it because it's already gotten like minus 7k.
Oh. Oh. Minus 7k.
I mean, or more. I mean, what you want to do is you want to try and get something to have low enough power to where they can't back it up. So pesci gets you an extra stock and an extra hand. So that gives you half the cost for one of the prosciuttos.
That's if you have the 3-2 in waiting though, right?
Yeah.
So if you have them in hand, you can discard them for the first cost and then salvage them with the pesci.
But now, what? That's 2 of the level 3, 1 of the level 3 in hand, and then this card?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty plausible.
I mean, it's no different than like try-fielding the level 3.
Sort
Yeah,
of?
you're definitely not doing that.
Yeah.
Try
I
to
know,
do
a lot of locals here were very upset when the 3-2 was spoiled because like, oh, my entire field's dead. I'm like, no, probably not because it's hard to pull off 3. But 2 with the level 1, I've gotten it off in most of my games, but I've never been close to getting 3 off.
But you've gotten double 3 and pesci a fair amount?
Yeah, I've been able to do double prosciutto using a pesci before. Actually, not before. Many of my games I've done double prosciutto, single pesci.
Okay. Not bad then.
Next card?
Yep. This is like still trying to think about how this was. Oh, here's the card that goes to memory.
Okay.
When this card's reversed. Oh. He just sent. So you can only have 2 in memory, so.
You can get 3.
Oh, you can have 3. So plus 4/5 on the level 1 combo, so that's what?
Plus 4/5, it's just plus 1/5, right?
4 each in memory.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it can become a 9/5 if you put 3 of them in memory. So it actually is a level 1 with the base power of a level 3. Okay, that actually makes it more plausible then. I was like, what's the memory condition? I guess also considering that the card who goes to memory also gets power for having him in memory.
For each one in memory as well.
Yeah, so.
I should also note that we'll get to it. There's a level 0 that can shove him into memory from waiting room.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yep.
Alright.
It's a pretty fun package.
Alright. It's like it's a mildly annoying, not as pretty version of the Bunny Girl package. For some odd reason. Because doesn't it send the the Sakurajima Mai, like 2 cards, sends it to memory?
Only the Rize does.
Oh. Oh, wait,
So
no.
that's why you always saw me overplay on the Rize sometimes, is because that's the only card that sends it to memory.
Yeah. Oh, because I thought there was an event or like a 1-0 that sent it to memory too for some odd reason. Alright. Whatever. Next up, we got is this the TD combo?
Yes.
For Giorno. On play, draw 2, pitch 1. When you play the climax, search for a Golden Wind character, and then put Golden Wind onto stage. So.
Well, a specific character, which is the next slide.
Oh, okay. Golden Wind, 3/2, gives the Giorno 1k, heals, and then when placed from hand to stage, gets power. He comes from the deck, doesn't he?
No, he comes from hand. So the climax combo searches a card, and then it plays the
Golden Wind,
hand onto board.
Which translates to search for him and just put him out on the okay.
Yeah, it's very similar to the what's the Kasumi combo that's play from hand? Play another character from hand. It's the same principle where you still get on play effects.
Okay.
Also the Afterglow one for Ron.
Yeah.
It summons herself, but yeah.
It summons her. Oh, okay. It reminds me of lots of ninjas for some odd.
Ninja.
No, ninjas come straight from the deck though.
Dang it. Alright. But it's a TD combo, so it's on a win too. Not bad.
I mean, it doesn't push a lot of damage, but it does let you. It's one of the few level 3s that draws cards, and it lets you, it lets you generate hand, heal, and it's basically like a survivability play. It's not really a push play. It lets you run off of very few resources.
Yeah, it's a grind game. Draw 2, pitch 1, heal, search a card, put a card onto the field. Does a good amount. Not bad for a TD. Alright. Next up, we have this level 3 Giorno. Oh, this is the double R. On play, look 3, add 1, and then on attack, pitch 2, burn 1. Your non-climax combo finisher, basically.
Well, we've got several.
You got a lot of them, but one of the ones who helps you find climaxes.
I think he's your most important. He basically goes in almost every single deck because he's your best digger that the set has.
He's also in yellow, which is a pretty easy color to throw into Jojo. So
yeah, you're probably playing some yellow level 0s, so he's not that hard to put in anything.
Golden Winds are all yellow, dude.
Golden Winds are all yellow.
And the Ditch 2 burn one's nice.
Ditch 2 burn one is good.
Lisbeth's a good card.
You know what I used to know this as? The Jibiro from No Game No Life that Myth would always bring out at level 0 because he'd say no balls 3. You know how many times I used on swing pitch 2 burn 1?
Oh my god. Except Jibrio heals, right?
I want to put more in the deck.
Yeah. Jibrio heals instead, I believe, right?
Yeah, Jibiro heals instead.
Okay.
Now, you play 2 to 4 of him in most of your decks because he's your way to dig through your climaxes.
Alright. Next up, we got this 3/2 Trish. On play, draw. Give someone... Oh, give the opponent can't play events or backups. On play, pay 2. Shuffle 2 cards from waiting room into deck.
From your opponent.
Yeah. So... Huh. You can pick any 2 cards. And then...
Her second skill is actually pretty bad. But
Yeah.
you would probably play her for the first skill because, again, you don't have any draw options. Draw 1's not great, but it's better than nothing. And the ability to assign no backups or events is nice. For all the characters that need to, reverse or front attack and things like that. If you want to prevent like anti-damage or rest counters, you just say, this character, assuming they don't have armament or something else, you say this character, you can't play events or backups in battle, and you can avoid at least one of those.
So basically, on play, draw 1, tell one character you have to take this.
Yes.
Not bad. Pay 2. If it was pay 2 to make the opponent choose all except 2 cards and put them in waiting room, that'd be pretty good.
I think it'd be all except 1 card.
Yeah.
Perfect.
1 climax.
Yeah, 1 climax. There you go.
Because I was like,
this card would be amazing.
yeah, because Arisa is tap herself on play to do that.
Press a character.
Yeah. Oh, rest any character. Because I know that Aqua is
Pay 1.
pay 1.
Ren is rest the character or CI?
Pay 1.
To play?
Pay 1.
He's pay 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The whole package is 6 stock, dude.
Yeah. So.
Stocks off into refresh.
We're basically only using this for the draw and the no events and backups. Okay.
And then you swing the other lane, and then they sack counter.
Alright, next up, we got the 3-2 Risotto. Can't be chosen as... Oh, it's hexproof. Search for a character, and then on attack, pay 1, pitch 2 characters, look top 3 of your opponent, and get rid of any, and then shuffle. It's the Chris effect from Konosuba. Except it's restricted to 2 characters. But I guess considering that you get a search and he's hexproof, so it helps
It's a
a
good
lot.
standby target.
Good standby target. It's a standby target who doesn't leave the board once he comes out.
He's not bad as he searches you more pieces, although not climax combos, and adds a little bit of extra finishing power if you really want to pay that cost. If your opponent is playing a really big compression game.
Or you just be like me against Kaicho, just throws out two gates, and then attacks for 4. Pretty good. It happens. Alright, next up we got 3-2 Narancia. On play, mill 5 of... Oh, top 5 of your deck. Burn opponent for climaxes. And then pay 1, snipe someone for -1k. In the front row.
As an act, so you can do it as many times as you want.
Yeah. Mill 5 to burn opponent for climaxes during main phase, though.
I don't need more people playing Slock just to kill my characters, please. Not enough for this.
But mill 5, I've on play, burn probably like what? Burn 1 ideally, or if you're really compressed or just want to refresh yourself.
Yeah, I mean you can build from the set in such a way that you're very compression focused, and if you do that, I think this is a really good even primary finisher. And then basically all of Narancia's cards have -1000 because his flavor is that the more you like his stand Aerosmith attacks things, he senses where they are based on their breathing, and he makes them weaker and shoots them up with little bullets.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Narancia's flavor is pretty good.
Yeah, his stand is he has like radar, and he finds you based on your breathing. And then he like has it's like a little airplane that like shoots people up, which we'll see later on. And
Okay.
so
And that's why they get...
I forgot to mention with Grateful Dead, he basically just kills you based on your body temperature. And so I think the flavor they're going for is that you're warmer if you're a higher level card, and so you die more.
I see.
Huh.
And then the Risotto, he can go invisible, so that's why he's hexproof. I forgot to do flavor for the last few.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh well.
Just cramming all in there.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on. We got the Fugo. If everyone's golden win, he gets 1k, and then on reverse, pitch 2, burn 2, but only on your turn.
Another good secondary finisher and pretty good standby target since he has no on-play skills.
Yeah. At least, I actually like that. Burn 2 on reverse, when you pitch 2. It's only on your turn, because it's pretty rare that you burn the opponent on their attack. And usually when you're going into the opponent's turn when it happens, you're usually pretty low on hand because you usually spend it up trying to kill the opponent to begin with. So you get the opportunity to kill your opponent at the time when it matters the most.
Does Jojo have standby CXC pay 1 stand?
Yes.
Okay.
I can vouch because Piro has played 8 standby against me when he first opened his boxes, and that was easily the most yikes games.
The very first build he exploited.
Yeah, that was definitely the thing I was looking forward to most. Is I've never played a set that's 8 standby, so I that was the first thing I built.
I mean, he also got to abuse clean cutting a bottom deck bomb against me when I was playing Darling, so
That was also pretty fun.
I had a minor source of depression on that day. Anyways,
this is a pretty good, like, you know, again, this is a pretty good secondary finisher that can go in most decks, especially if you're playing standby. The hand cost is kind of expensive, but it's a good push, and you know, you can use things like Trish to prevent them from backing up over him to guarantee their verse and things like that. So
yeah.
not bad.
All right, next up we got the King Crimson that we talked about on play heal, and then when he gets front attacked, pay 4, pitch 3 characters, skip the entire attack. So it continues on to the next attack declaration step, as Kaicho so nicely helped translate. You get to erase and skip trigger, counter, damage, and battle step. So it's literally nothing happened.
Like breaks the timelines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just erases time as his skill. So this is mega flavor, like probably the most flavor card in the set. And I mean, it's a very, very costly, but you know, you can pull it off an 8 standby. You can't pull off 2 usually. That would be very hard to do. But I found I can pull off 1 pretty consistently.
I mean, it's a really good card in situations where you're able to pull it off, because oftentimes if they're not gonna put a climax combo in front of it to take advantage of turn priority, it's something like a Musashi or some sort of non-climax combo finisher that's usually required to do something on reverse, and being able to deny those are pretty solid.
Yeah, it's nice that you skip the battle step, so you guarantee you have him for next turn. I think that's why they costed him so high, is because he like forcibly encores himself basically, and it's also, again, I think we noted the first time, anything that's on attack will prime, so like Xenon burns, or like the Prosciutto, those will still happen. But there's no on reverse, no battle phase, anything. But more flavor is that GER gets around this because he declares his front attack. Battle doesn't happen, and then when you think you're safe, he kills you in encore phase.
Wow. That's pretty good then. GER says screw you to it.
I like what Bushiroad puts in good flavor between like the protagonist and antagonist in their cards. Good interactions like that. Like Gurren Lagann had it too, and I really enjoyed it.
I also taste anti-fever with this card.
Yes.
Very, very important. Very important. You can still get winded, but still very important. Very important.
Dude, anti-Joker, dude.
Anti-Joker.
Yep.
Alright. Next up we have this Bucciarati. Early play, if you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room. On play heal, and then has the zombie effect where when he becomes reverse, you can pitch a card to rest him, and then he dies during your next encore step.
Flavor.
Hey, wait. Isn't this the part where something's supposed... Nah, I'm not going to edit it in this time. Or am I?
Yeah, I'm not going to go anymore, but just the it's very flavor.
Yeah, watch episode 1 of Brainstorm to see what happened last time we talked about this card. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug to link our last video. Link in the description below.
Link in the description. But
I think
yeah,
this is just generically a fine card because everyone loves their early play healers, and then he's not big at all, which is unfortunate. But he can guarantee that he's a 2-soul attacker for 2 turns unless your opponent like bottom decks him or something.
I mean he's also anti-fever.
Fever.
Yes.
Very, very important here at the White Shorts Club. It stops fever. We need to stop.
Say goodbye to Joker, dude. I've seen this card single-handedly stop 2 Jokers.
Yikes.
I've seen Congo single-handedly stop Jokers.
No wins, dude.
No wins. All right. Anyways, next up we got this 3/2 Mista. If you have the Mista, another Mista, which we'll talk about later in Clock, he's an early play. He's an Ellie clone, gets 500 for everyone else who's Golden Win, and then cancel burn 1 once per turn on the turn he's played.
Or turn he's played.
Yeah. So, he's another pretty okay finisher. Cancel burn 1 is always cheeky. The fact that you can do it at level 2 is always nice. Have you?
Yeah, actually, I like him a lot as an early play just because, Bruno heals, and the cancel burn isn't valued super highly at level 2, but I like that he's big.
Yeah.
He's easily defendable.
And then the Mista is the level 0 double R, right?
Yeah, we'll get to him, I think, near the end, but he's a card that you probably want to play anyway, so it's not like he's demanding extra deck slots.
Like, if you have, like, 49 cards and you just need a 50th card, he could be, like, just an extra one of to fill out deck space.
And even if you're not playing this as an early play, Cancel Burn 1 is still, a fine secondary finisher.
Yeah. Not as good as Musashi, but...
Yeah, it's not Musashi, but he still gets the job done.
Good enough. All right.
Lower ceiling, but...
Yeah.
I mean, this is the guy who shoots people, right? So he has the effect of a shot.
Yep.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, we'll see more shots later on. Don't worry about it.
All right. Next up, we'll be talking a bit about the non-level 3 climax combos, so mainly our plussing combos, a few other relevant combos that aren't at level 3.
Before we move on, I just want to say that the idea, I think, for us putting the level 3s first is you can decide what you want your top end to be, and then keep that in mind as you look at the rest of the cards, and so you can sort of build a shell around whatever stock threshold or hand threshold you think you need. And so keep that in mind when looking at the rest of the climax combos and cards.
Well, because Pira, as someone who's spent a good amount of time kind of researching and kind of mad scientists with the set, like, how important would you say is building the deck around the level 3, like, relative to playing the set to its, it's just most
good
practical?
To know, depending on what you want your finisher to be, because, we usually have some climax combo finisher, so if you're doing, GER, hand doesn't super matter, but you're going to need a lot of stock if you want to try and pull off 2 or 3, and so you got to keep every turn, you got to think about how much stock am I going to generate before level 3. Whereas if you're really banking on lots of the secondary finishers like Ditch 2, that you need lots of hand. Or if you're, doing Diavolo, then you just pray you hit a standby. The pay 2, pitch 2 is it's an even mix of cost, and so you don't have to worry about that as much. But just things to keep in mind that what other cards will fuel you getting to that specific stock threshold or hand threshold you need to be at.
All right. So moving on to our other climax combos, we're going to start off with the Fugo. On play, he gets 1500 power, and then climax combo with this Winde. If you have another Golden Wind character, mill 2 cards and choose a level X. X is equal to the number of, or the sum of the levels. So in Darling, that's the mirror event. That's a pretty good event, but now you get it on a climax combo, and I'm really jealous of you. What was that?
It's also an event in this very set we'll get to later on.
Oh my god!
An event as well.
Right. So you're literally using the event, but you also get it on a climax combo. And don't you have it on an act as well?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You have
Okay.
3 sources of this mill 2 salvage for sum of levels effect in this set.
Okay, everyone can confirm Jojo's is the better version of Darling. Nah, I'm kidding, but that event is good in Darling, so having it on a climax combo is pretty good.
Oh, you actually have someone else in club running that Darling build too. With the events?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
really?
someone else in club who uses that build now.
Newcomer?
Yeah, newcomer.
Okay. Maybe I'll run into him one of these days, but yeah. This is also one of the combos I think Piro has seen a lot of fun with. I feel like you've built a lot of 2 builds using the Fugo combo.
So I've only got 1 built with him right now, but I have concepts for 2 or 3 others. I just really like him because, well, I've got like 2 builds with him in it because there's one where I keep swapping which level 1 climax combo I'm using, but I like him a lot because he's just on attack. There's no really denying him. Like, your opponent can't stand by while you off, and you're always going to get something unless you just, like, have no waiting room, mill 2 climaxes after refresh, or, like, a climax an event.
Right.
I love this climax combo, dude.
What?
This climax combo is OP. Why? I mean, it's a stock soul and a million life.
Yeah. So it's also on the Hibiki and Million Live.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great there, but it's you do have to warp your deck building a little bit around it because if you want to be able to salvage your level 3s, you gotta play more level 3s and level 2s to guarantee it off of this, which I know upsets some people or makes some people a little iffy on it, but I just love the, guaranteed plus, and he also, at least on turn he's played, he gets fairly big, so he can kill most things.
Yeah. I mean, 7K is pretty standard.
Yeah.
All right.
I love this combo.
This is also the one that you got the SP for.
Yes, it is.
All right, moving on. We got the Bucciarati, who's Minami combo. So on play, he gets 1500, and then on reverse, climax combo with this book, which I believe was the book we were talking about, like back when we were talking about the stock soul.
Yeah.
Look at top 4, add a character from among them, add it to your hand, Sunrest a waiting room. Choose a character, give it 2k. It's a by the numbers Minami, but I mean it's a pretty good combo. Like Minami is still a really strong combo.
Minami, did she get power on play from hand or when you played the climax?
Climax play.
Climax.
Oh.
Okay.
Wah,
Yeah, so he's a little
wah.
bit worse. Well, he's nicer if you don't have the climax because he can still do a little bit of beating, but
But if he sticks, he's pretty bad.
yeah. And there's also we'll get to it in a minute, there's a Brainstorm that pulls cost 0 to stage, in which case you'd love to Brainstorm for him, but he doesn't get his on-place power because he's from waiting.
Oh god. Amelia Brainstormer. Alright. Next up we got the Spice Girl.
Well, I'll go back for 1 second for this guy, just to preview that there is a lot of support for getting him big to bowl over even standby targets. So even though on reverse isn't the best right now, there's enough in the set to get him over power thresholds. So it's not as bad as it otherwise would be.
And that's why JoJo's banned.
Exactly.
Alright. Next up, we got the Spice Girl. All your opponent's characters have Encore 2, and then on attack with the pants, top check, if it's a character, add it to your hand. So she's 6k, so she's overstated technically, which is why she has the demerit of giving the opponent Encore 2. But is that really a demerit? I don't think so.
It's relevant at some points.
It's relevant, but
I like
Shrug.
that demerit is worth 1,000 power.
Can't side attack is 500 though.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's on a
Really
pants
think
too, so. Yeah, but top check add Terazuki combo from Kantai is I think one of the first ones that I remember of with that effect. So it's not a bad effect. You just have to make sure that you hit your top checks.
Isn't this Billy?
Yes, it discourages you from playing. It's William, Massachusetts from Log Horizon as well, which is who I affectionately call Billy. it discourages you from playing the events in the set though, because unlike the Goblin Slayer or even like the Mona from P5, you can't add any events to hand. It's just characters. So it's a worse, it's less selective plusing combo than the other two, but it also is much bigger on field. And so if you want to try and go for a wall-based strategy, it's much easier with her. And she also has a 1/1 assist that can bring her out from the marker zone that we'll get to. That also buffs her up by 500 to make her even bigger. So it gives you, if you want to go for the wall game plan, she's a pretty good combo.
Okay. All right.
That's an uncommon, so it's budget deck,
Budget options.
It is.
All right.
You should also note that Fugo was a rare, so he's also pretty budget.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got this Diavolo and this Doppio. So both of them can change into each other at the start of climax phase. And then the Diavolo, who doesn't have the climax combo, is on attack, give someone 1500 power. And then the Doppio, climax combos with the gate. When he attacks, he gets the effect, when this card is front attacked, you can bounce to hand until end of opponent's next turn. I think a good thing to note is that since it's on attack, and doesn't have to reverse, so his skill is almost always primed, which I think is pretty good. I'm not too familiar with how good bounce effects are, since I haven't really played with bounce effects in my sets normally, so I do know that Piro played with the Doppio in one of his first builds, and that was a pretty fun deck to play against. Pretty fun deck I wouldn't mind trying out.
I like this effect a lot. I mean, again, it's something you sort of have to warp your deck around a little bit, but I don't think he's objectively as good as, say, the Fugo, but it's on a gate, which is nice. It's also super flavor, which is great because, basically these are two personalities of the same character. And, one ends up being the wielder of King Crimson and can warn him about things, so he avoids attacks. So that's pretty sweet. And then the only thing you have to worry about, though, is he doesn't get, like, you can pump him up to get higher thresholds, but with the climax, he's only swinging for 5,500. So if you can't reverse something with that, then it's hard to keep him alive.
Right.
Which you have to do through your opponent's turn in order to be able to get value out of him. So you might have to like side attack or something, or power pump him with the Diavolo or other cards in the set.
But I also like the fact that you can have that option of changing. So on turns where you don't have the climax combo, if you have the Doppio in hand, but the Diavolos are in waiting room, you could just jam the 3, switch them out, and then swing with them instead if you don't draw into the gate on your next turn. So it gives you a little bit of luxury with the ability of changing.
Yeah, and like also lets you, if you have the Diavolos in hand and you've milled enough to have Doppios in the waiting room, then you can still pull it off. It's like you have 7 or 8 copies of your level 1 climax combo instead of 4.
Sounds like Cosmic combo from Conclave, where I'm able to change into them by resting, but this is still pretty good. I like this combo. Alright. Next up, we got this green tea. Let's see. On play, top check and topper waiting. And then climax combo with the standby. Pay 1, bounce him to stand the character. This is the other standby. This is not, because most standbys with this effect are only pay 1, but they stay on the board, and they're usually level 1s, I believe. So.
So this one's nice. You should note that you can't, whenever you play the standby, you have to resolve the standby first, play the character to board, and then you pay 1 and bounce him to hand to stand it. So you can't like pay 1, bounce him, use the standby card, and then stand it. Like it has to already be on board when he bounces.
Right.
But the fact that he bounces leaves you an empty spot in the back row usually, for in case you trigger another standby, which is quite possible if you're playing 8 standby.
The reason why I think I brought it up the nice factor is because there's a lot of JoJo cards that are Act Rest 2 characters. So what you could do is rest one of your front row characters to do the effect, and then you can use this climax combo to just restand that. Which could be a cheeky way to get extra utility, extra mill out of your deck if you need to.
You just hard play the 2/2s.
Hard play the 2/2s, rest the 2/2, and then pay 1 to stand it.
Yeah, and stand by a 3/2.
Not bad.
You should also note that the standby combos in the next card as well.
Oh. Alright.
They're a team that work together.
Yeah, so the 2/2 is if you're playing the game with 2 or more Golden Wind characters, he gets 2k, and then on attack, you can salvage 3, pitch 3. Salvage 3 characters, pitch 3 cards. So he's 9k or 9/5?
9/5, yeah.
9/5 on attack, salvage 3. Okay. You said that these guys are like a duo, basically?
Yeah, they're a team that work together. Green Day's power is basically like whenever you go down in elevation, you start getting covered in poisonous moss, and then Oasis, he travels through, like, he can basically swim in ground, and so as people try to force you to go down, and you either die by the poison moss or you die by Oasis, like just fighting you and killing you.
I wasn't sure where the part with the... I guess that's where the salvage 3's from, but not really. Oh well.
Yeah, it's not. The salvage 3 pitch 3 is not a lot of flavor, which is kind of disappointing. But gameplay wise, it's really nice to give yourself a lot of filter.
Oh, Kaicho, is it salvage up to 3 and then discard 3, or is it salvage up to X and then discard X?
自分の控室のキャラを
Thanks, man.
3枚選び. So it's not 3枚まで, so it's actually just 3.
So
yeah,
3 and 3 both ways. Okay. Well then.
Which
I
means
mean-
if you
Salvage
salvage 3, that means that you just go neg like however many you salvage.
Yeah. It's just one of those things I wanted, I had to ask. Just be like, can you like just salvage 0, pitch 0, or are you...
No, it's actually, can you read to see if it says the same amount that you salvage?
Kaicho?
No, it says pitch 3. Like,
yeah. So
Three
you
specific.
have to. You may salvage 3 if you do pitch 3.
Oh.
So it's 3 and 3.
Okay. Alright.
But since you salvage first, like as long as you have more than 3 characters in your waiting room, you
Yeah.
get 3 cards and ditch 3 cards.
Yeah. It's fine. It's just that fun ways to manipulate. Anyways. Next up we have the Sex Pistols. On attack, if the opponent is level 3 or higher, gain 6k. So 13k against level 3s or higher. On reverse, with the shot...
Flavor.
Yes, it is. Stock charge 1, and then search for a character from your deck.
do you know how it's stock first and search later?
So that way you can't refresh and no waiting room.
That matters. I mean, you can also search 0, dude.
But, I mean...
I mean,
So-
what, 7? It's 8k? Like, if you're not playing against a level 3?
Yeah, it's 8k against
That's-
non-level 3s. It's...
It's a
Sure.
respectable power level. He has additional utility in that, like, you can play deep without the climax combo, just being a level 3 Slayer. But
Yeah.
you can just straight up reverse level 3 with him with the climax combo and then mega profit. So that's pretty cool.
It's pretty nice.
Nice value.
I think most people are going to be turned off by this because level 2 combo, but I think it's a sleeper, pretty good combo.
I mean,
Not a bad combo, yeah.
I'd play it if I wanted to play like budget JoJo since it's a common.
It's
Yeah.
a grind game to this day.
Yeah.
Like I told you that you could try to make very compression heavy decks, and this is one of the tools to do that. And then you can fire off your Mista and try to get like burn 2, burn 3.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we got Moody Blues. When you oh, this is the Brainstorm we were talking about.
Yep.
So his climax combo is with the stock soul. When your opponent levels up, you perform a replay, and the replay is that you choose the stock soul from your climax zone, and then you return it to your hand. Otherwise, he's a Brainstorm, tap self. For every climax you hit, you choose a cost 0 or lower from waiting room and put him on stage. You said flavor? I sense flavor.
Well, yeah, there's no reason they had to make this a replay effect, except that they get to say that he's doing a replay, which is his entire skill. Because he just shows you replays.
So basically, they did it for the sake. Yeah. But I mean, if you're gonna play the 3-2, it doesn't hurt to throw in a few of these. Plus, bringing out cost 0 or lower characters is not too bad. Even though, like you said earlier,
it does feel bad if you're playing the Bruno or the Fugo level 1 combos.
Because they get power from hand. Yeah.
But again, if you're trying to do a compression game plan, if you want to do like this in Sex Pistols, then you can just slam a stock soul every turn, and when you're not playing the stock soul, you play the shot.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, what you could do is you can get the 3-2 out at level 2, right?
Which one?
Is it a marker or no?
No. You none of the markers can come out early. They all have the condition. You must be the level of the card you're bringing out.
Oh, okay. Then I guess you can just play the stock soul, and then your opponent levels up and get it back.
Exactly. You just play it, and then you get a stock out of it, and then maybe you get it back to hand, so you +1. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's like generate 4 stock every turn instead of generating 3 stock every turn. Swing 3 pass has been power crept out of the game. Because
Stock
of
Soul
Jojo.
Swing 3 Pass versus Stock Soul Pass or Swing 3 Pass. Now it's a fusion power creep.
Dude.
Yep.
This meme only evolves.
Alright, next up we got the Little Bomber. It's a 2-1 climax combo on climax play. Top check. If it's a character, perform the following action X times. Choose someone on the opponent's field, and that character gets -1000. X is equal to the number of characters on the board.
On your board.
Yeah, so.
If you have a full board, and you pass the top check, you can do -1000 5 times.
But then if you play 3 of these, you can -1000 15 times.
Or 0 if you fail your top check.
Ruby, you got a target still though.
Yeah, it still targets, so...
It laughs in Armin.
Armin's good card.
But 15,000 is pretty big. 15,000 can shoot a Strelitzia in the face. Death by 1,000 cuts. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. 15,000. That can take out an entire Sunshine board, can't it?
Wait, what's happening?
We're talking about the Low Bomber. Top check. Perform -1000. Choose someone -1000.
No, what did you say about Sunshine?
Oh, -15,000 is enough to kill a Sunshine board, right?
-15,000?
Yeah, it doesn't have. It's anywhere too, so it's actually just.
I think that kills a good amount of boards.
I mean, I think usually you're just killing...
can kill a Yo and a Rico.
It can kill.
Make Chica like 8k. That's if you're choosing T1 Bandless choice. But if you're just playing like bombs, yeah, that's definitely enough to kill a board.
Yeah. It can kill. Let's see. It can kill a Strelitzia.
Exactly enough. 15,000 is exactly enough because Chica bombs are 4k. The Yo Brainstormers are 1,500, I believe. And so 2 of those in the backstage is 3,000. 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 plus 3 is 15. Therefore, your 15,000 is exactly enough to kill the entire board.
That's why you play Hanamaru, because she's 2k.
What you're telling me is against... Well, because against Bang Dream, it can only kill the front row. Because everything's either a Yukina at 5k or it's cost me at 4 or 5, I believe.
Or it's Yukina at 5/5.
Yeah, so not enough to kill everyone. Unless you kill Akko first.
It's also noteworthy this is level 2 card, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So like they already have out level 3 early plays, things like that. Which, I mean, this helps you kill them, but there are better ways to do it.
Yeah.
I'll admit, this is like the one climax combo that I'm not really thrilled about.
Yeah. It's just there for the style points at that point.
Yeah.
Anyways. Next up, we have this Narancia. On play, you can put the bomber... Which bomber is it? The
last card.
Oh, you put the climax combo underneath it. Okay.
Yeah.
When you use an act, give someone 1k, and then pay 1, pitch 1 when you're level 2 or higher to bring out the bomber.
If you nuke the whole board, he attacked, then he goes back.
Actually, this should be an act on here, not auto.
Oh, whoops. Alright, well...
You could use that to proc his 1000.
Yeah. Alright, we'll post-editing. But, yeah.
It's an option. Again, probably not something you're going to play, but it's there.
Yeah. I mean, Act 1k on a level 1 is probably not as useful as having it on a level 0. Leafa. But, yeah. Alright, moving on. We have Risotto. Let's see. Climax combo. On climax play, give someone minus 1k. Again? And then choose...
Lovington minus power!
And then rest this, choose... Oh, stock golden one character. It's Alpaca, yeah.
Alpaca.
Alpaca
Minus the global 1k. Instead you get to minus 1k.
Alpaca's not global 1k, it's when you play a character, it's give someone... That character gets 1k in teach rate.
Oh, okay.
But minus
Did you
1k
like this
instead.
Salvage split soul.
Oh my god, salvage split
Oh,
soul.
this is that new climax.
Yeah. That's I don't know how to feel about that. But you know, minus 1k.
I'm not sure the minus 1k is super great, but his second effect is amazing, and so like I think that you can play him a lot of decks just for that effect.
I mean, you could
great,
throw
like,
this into standby.
Standby as well.
Yeah.
You play budget, you can play budget Jojo and put this in it, and you'd still build a pretty good compression deck.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, even not like you can build a mono green deck for really cheap.
Mono green is like probably the cheapest option in terms of builds, right, Piro?
I mean, there are cheaper things you can build, but like if you want to actually have like a top end combo, I think the Prosciutto is the cheapest. So because he's like an uncommon. So
Yeah. All right. Anyways, next up we have. That concludes our climax combos. Now we'll get to talk a little bit about the utility cards in the set, and there's a lot of them. Like, I didn't think about it until we were doing the slides, but I didn't realize that we have a lot of utility available in JoJo. But start off, we have a Brainstormer. It's a top self Brainstormer. Every climax you hit, you get to search for a Golden Wind character. And then it also comes with the act, pay 1, choose an opponent's front row, cost 0, and bounce it to hand. I have a story that I'm gonna tell about what happened with me and Piro when we were testing. So he had what was it, the 2-1 that you pay 1 and switch one of my characters or 2 of my characters' positions on the stage.
it's a 1-0. Yeah, we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. And then he switched my Strelitzia and a Brainstormer, and then he paid 1 to bounce the Brainstormer, and then he just direct attacked me for exact damage. And I was like, I didn't see this coming at all. Oh my god, that was a pretty tilty. It wasn't even that it was tilty. It was just like one of those. I didn't think that effect would actually come into play. It's
It's not something you're gonna do often, but it's definitely there, and like there will be some times when it's cool. Like, say you're playing the 1-0 Doppio combo, and your opponent has like level 0 bombs, and you don't want to have to side attack. You can just bounce one of them and get your front attack skill off, so that if they front attack you, you bounce back to hand next turn.
Yeah. I mean,
You just bounce the Chica for it.
Exactly.
Bounce Chica direct. Oh my god.
I traded into Chica.
Don't look at me. It was these two. Not pointing any fingers. Anyways, next up we have the Moody Blues Brainstormer. Like we said, costs 0 or lower from waiting room. Comes in to stage. Not bad. Amelia Brainstormer. Is that? I mean, there are a lot of good cost 0 options in Jojo, so I guess.
The issue is that lots of them are on play effects, which
Yeah.
you don't get with this guy. But there are things you can do with him, and I'll point them out as we go when those cards pop up.
Okay.
Really, you just play him because if you're playing the stock soul, that is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And he's also waiting room access, whereas the first one is deck access.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got the Fugo from the TD. When another Golden Wind character or himself is played on stage, you can look at the top card and look at it. And otherwise, just like most TDs, he's Brainstorm. Every climax you hit, you draw a card. It's a good utility. Gives you a lot of access to information. There's a reason why people liked playing Arisa in Bang Dream. It's a good card. Information is very, very valuable.
But then you see the same card again later, and then you're like, why?
Sounds like a personal issue.
No, so these are our 3 brainstorm options. So it's not a tremendous amount of stuff, but the utility on this is actually very interesting because there are cards that interact with the top card of your deck, and so knowing what that is, or say, for instance, I think this also has a use possibly in your 8 standby deck because you can use the mill card C like to try and turbo mill your targets you want into waiting room, or you can just, if you're okay burying it, just mill until you see a climax on top, the standby on top, and then begin your attacks that way to make sure you're profiting.
It's also not that bad if you're gonna play the stock soul top end, because then you play the 3/2, and you get to find out if you're okay with putting that as your replay. So it's not bad. All right. In terms of non-brainstormers, we also have this Trish, who's, if you have 2 or more other characters, she gets 1k, so she can be 3k. And on play, Ricky effect, pay 1, clock yourself. Salvage, Golden Wind character, no restriction, right? You can get any character?
Yep, no restriction.
Okay. No restriction, Ricky, salvage. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
So there's a reason this is, I think, the first or second most expensive card in the set.
Yeah, it's a good card. Gets you almost anything.
And, sometimes the 2 or more others is a real condition, but otherwise, she's a perfectly good, sizable level 0 as well, so she has double utility.
Yeah. Alright. Anyways.
Pretty good card. I'd say put her in most decks immediately.
Alright. Next up, we got this Fugo level 0. On play, you can search your deck for the purple smoke 1/0 and put it down as a marker. Act if you're level 1 or higher, pitch a card, belch out the purple smoke. Oh, pitch a character. Whoa.
Yeah, they're all characters.
Yeah. Alright. And then he can swallow him back at the end of the turn. And then act, pay 1 clock. Oh my. Pay 1 clock rest. Oh, it's a Ricky. It's an act Ricky to salvage a level 1 or lower character. Not bad.
Yeah, so he's the real reason maybe you play the purple haze or purple smoke because
yeah,
he's he gets big on the turn he's played or when he's played by the marker. But really, you're probably playing the Fugo because it serves almost as well as the Trish because it lets you salvage, but it's as an act, so it's not just one place. You can do it every turn if you want. I mean, if you want to clock yourself that much.
But I mean, having the option is still pretty solid, considering that it's an act Ricky.
And I think he's also, I can't remember if he's a common or uncommon, but he's pretty easy to get and pretty budget.
He's an uncommon.
Yep.
Yeah. So next up, we got this Malone. When you trigger check a climax, pump a character 1k, and then pay 1, rest 2 to perform the mirror event. The mill 2 and salvage equal to levels. You're essentially me, but you saved the part where you have to actually go dig out the event from the waiting room.
Yep.
And you rest any 2, not like Darling, who has to rest
himself
and someone else, so...
I mentioned you only have three options for brainstorms, but if you want and you play enough other mill cards, you can totally use this as your brainstorm for your deck.
Yeah.
He's also a brainstorm that never fails, even though he only gets 2 cards.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Brainstorm hit 2, dude.
Brainstorm hit 2.
You trigger climax to sign 1k. We'll never print a 2k pump ever again.
They realized that, what was it, Hanamaru, I think? Was a mistake?
It's a Hanamaru.
It was just like, that was a mistake.
5k Chico Bombs versus 6k Chico Bombs? Mad.
And then they tried 1k till end of opponent's turn, and then they realized that's a mistake too.
Wait, who's that one?
I think it was Bunko. It should be a Bunko card.
Oh.
It's a Brainstormer, I think, which is on trigger. You can assign 1k to a character you control till the end of your opponent's turn, and then it's Brainstorm Salvage for anything.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Alright, moving along. We got this Giorno. When damage is not cancelled, this card gains 3k. And then when opponent reverses, choose clean cut effect. So choose another character, rest it, move it to a back row. 4/5 clean cut.
You canceled when he tried to after he bottom decked you. You canceled on this, and that's how you clean cut it.
No. So what happened was he bottom decked Strelitzia 1, and then he swung into the Minami for 1, and then I took the 1. So Minami, so it's 4/5 to 4/5, and because of this, he got the reverse, which let him rest and put the bottom deck bomb in the back row, which made me really contemplate what was going on for the rest of the game.
Because then I just bottom deck Strelitzia 2 next turn.
I see. Yeah.
No, you know what the worst part was? I put up a third Strelitzia on the next turn, and was just like, if you find a way to bottom deck both Strelitzias, I think I should just scoop.
Did he bottom deck the third one?
No, he didn't. I died.
Good climactic end.
It's a very myth ending. But
Alright.
4/5 clean cut.
How much is this card?
I think it's like $1.
It's a rare, so it's not that expensive.
It's
Yeah,
not that bad.
it's a good option.
Tiny for a clean cut though.
It's tiny, unless the opponent takes it.
Yeah, like the power is kind of weird and funky, but I like it. It's also, I mean, the clean cut is an effect you've seen before, but it's pretty flavor for him since one of his stand abilities is he can make inorganic matter into organic matter, so he uses that to try and heal people. So if someone gets reversed, he can use his stand to heal them.
Pretty good.
Flavor.
All right. Next up, we got this Doppio, who's it's coin flip. At the start of opponent's draw phase, top check. If it's a level 1 or higher, bounce it to hand. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Best card in the game.
Very good card.
I mean, again, like you have to warp your deck around cards like these. But you know, if you're playing a moderate or low 0 count, this card's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50.
Literal coin
You
flips.
get around the hand size limit in a turn because he bounces opponent's draw phase.
Cheating hand size. Roselia, Rinko 2019.
Okay, this is where the most famous Pirohiko phrase comes out. Hand compression.
That is not what I say at all, but okay.
No. It's the concept that hand compression isn't real. But this, if you refresh your deck, technically gives you hand compression.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's one of the few things
long-winded.
where it's true.
Anyways.
But I'll say, like, you play this in like we're talking about, you think about your deck in terms of your top end. So if you want to try and do the on attack pitch 2 Giorno or the on reverse pitch 2 Fugo, this is a card that lets you start your turn with like 8 or 9 cards in hand to be able to play those and still have resources if you don't finish them off that turn.
It's also good in standby.
It's great in standby because you're already playing a really warped level count.
Dude, just pay 1, tap 2 to plus, and then bounces back to hand.
Exactly. Oh, I do that all day.
Oh my god. And it's a rare, so it's cheap. The best part. Moving along.
Dude, this card is 5 more power, dude.
Is it just me, or does it look like he's using the frog as a phone?
Oh, we'll get to that in a moment.
The frog phone is an event later on.
Yeah.
I see.
Alright. Anyways, next up we have this Talking Heads. Start of opponent's attack phase. You can move a character in your opponent's front row and move it to another empty slot. So it's
in the front row.
Yeah. So it's move the opponent somewhere else.
Dude, best anti-runner in the game.
Oh my god, this seems really funny.
Yeah, this card is also amazing flavor because his whole shtick is you can't really tell in this image, but I think it's a little easier in the Jojo rare version. He basically infects your tongue and then makes you tell lies, and so he makes your opponent go somewhere else because they're lying.
I mean, anti-runner, move it, put it in front of the runner, and then what you do instead is move the anti-runner in front of the Talking Heads, and then you mill run. Oh my god, I can feel the memes.
Order matters, dude.
Order matters.
Order matters.
That makes him genuinely mad.
Yeah, you don't have like an actual move anywhere. You don't have like a mill runner or a true free runner in this set. You have one that can run to middle, and that's it. So he's another option you can use.
What does the TH stand for?
Talking Heads.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because they're all band names, but they can't tell you what the band names are because that's copyright infringement.
Yeah, I'm already risking it by changing some of the names. Certain names were changed to get past the copyright. Anyways, King Crimson, he also has a level 0. He's on play, pay 1, clock yourself, Ricky. Look at top X, choose a character among them, and add it to your hand. X is equal to the number of opponent's characters.
Dude, easiest mill 6 of my life.
Wait, mill 6?
Yeah,
Well,
you
you clock yourself.
Holy smokes, that's
And you
hilarious.
check 4 events and a climax and you cry.
Oh my god. Wait, check 6. That's the biggest yikes.
Dude, Brainstorm 6.
Yeah?
I mean, he's common, he's cheap. It's not the best Ricky effect because it's sort of dictated by what your opponent's board state is, but it's if they got a decent board, it's later in the game. Well, not first turn, I guess I should say. It is mill 6, which is great for standby.
Yeah, I mean,
So?
go pay, because as long as they have what 3 characters, then it's the same number as what regular Rickies who do the look top have. Because Sayo's look top 3. Is there any that are top 4 or anything like that? I can't think of any.
Yes, there are actually. Look at top 4s.
For Ricky effects?
Wait. If so, look at top 3. Choose one of them. Show it to your opponent.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
think
Why does
Floodlight has and maybe someone else has like pay 1, clock, or look at top 3, clock one of those, and then salvage anything.
I think that's an Alicization.
Yeah, or whatever the newest set is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a different type of Ricky. Never mind.
Yeah. No, that's why I asked.
This effect doesn't exist. I was thinking of the promo.
Yeah. Because I know that Sayo's look top 3, and most look tops are usually top 3, so I was just like, better find out if there's anything more. Anyways.
This is like Brainstorm for color, dude.
Yeah. Brainstorm for color. Alright. Anyways, next up we have the Pericolo. Pay 1, rest him to look at top 2, choose a level 1 or higher, add it to your hand. Good thing to note, it's level 1 or higher card, so you can add events.
Are there any good events?
Oh baby, yeah.
I think the question is, what events are... actually, no. Oh, there are some pretty bad events, but there are some really good events. And...
I've made meme decks around this guy, so we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. He also has pitch a card from hand, and shoot himself to salvage a character.
Flavor.
So, once you're done with him, you can get rid of... Wait. You can pitch a card to add him back to your hand?
Yeah, take the ReZero one.
Yeah.
So you
have
sacrifice him, ditch a card, and you can salvage any character you want. So you can get another copy of him if you want after he's already done his act and he's tapped, or you can get anything. It's just he's really good filter. Again, if you have a warp deck, you can make great use of that first skill. You can combo that with the Fugo Brainstorm to top check to know if you're going to hit a level 1 or higher on the first card to guarantee it. All around, I think this is one of the best cards in the set as an uncommon.
This is a really good card. It has 2 sources of utility, and you're able to do some recursion with it.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, also flavor that, you can see he's shooting himself here.
Alright, anyways. Next
and
up...
he's got the clock on his head because it's actually the Moody Blues is replaying what he did.
Oh, is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yep. Because he's not actually... Because he has the stand trait because it's Moody Blues impersonating him.
Okay.
He's not actually a stand.
He's not a stand user.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Next up, we got this Bucciarati. On attack, you can pay 1 to Twin Drive, and then when he gets reversed during your opponent's turn, you can pay 1 to rest him, and he dies at the start of the next Encore step.
I love Anti-Fever.
Anti-Fever and Twin Drive.
I love not dying.
I love 8 standby.
Those are the two.
6 standbys, dude.
Those are the 2 most anti-Kaicho things that aren't Kanon: Twin Driving and Anti-Fever.
True. That's why you play on reverse combos instead.
Yeah, dude.
This card's pretty cool. More flavor for him, and I kept going. I really hope we get a Twin Drive. I really hope we get a Twin Drive, and then we got it on a level 0 comment. It's ecstatic.
Budget.
Yeah, it's a budget option. Anyway.
Definitely a card to consider if you're playing any plussing triggers.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Sticky Fingers, and he's the runs to the center slot at the start of opponent's attack phase that Piro was talking about earlier.
Yeah, good budget option. 2/5 power. He only run to 1 slot, so it's not ideal. But he's there if that's something that it's an effect you're looking for or effect you like.
Yeah. This set doesn't have center row power, right? Or center slot power?
None that I can immediately think of. No, there's just there's globals, there's frontal 5s or frontal power, and then there's just act pumpers and tap to assign powers.
Okay. Because if there was, like, if they had access to the Akko Brainstormer, then that'd be woo.
Yeah, there's no meme you can do with that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Are you telling me this is 2,500 free running?
Yep.
Yeah.
2,500.
Just center only.
Oh, is this the center?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the center. Yep.
Not cool.
I'm forgetting you guys cut. There's center middle, right?
Yeah, front row center slot only.
Yeah.
Okay, so this runs to center middle, not it
Yeah.
runs to center stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like the Armin, except not 3,500.
No, yeah. I got confused for a second because center slot is also 3 slots in Weiss.
Well, the center stage is what they call that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. got that sorted out. Next up, we got this risotto. The the
Yeah.
minus 1k and the stock charge.
Yeah, he's just if you need extra stock for effects or you're trying to build a compression game plan, you're going to include this guy and you're going to use the hell out of that second skill. It's really good.
Yeah.
And also, there's a few cards that get power for act and things like that. We saw the Narancia earlier, so he primes all those.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got the Leaky Eye Luca, who is on play, mill 2. If you hit a climax, you mill the top card of your opponent's deck, and then choose a card from their waiting room and put it on top of the deck. And then when damage is canceled, you send it to stock. Interesting
spell utility, and you've got your mill stuff you're waiting if you need it, and he can just sometimes plus you to stock, which is nice.
Yeah. We all know this effect very familiarly from Sunshine. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's Shogatsu Takami Chika.
Yeah. That Chica has milled more climaxes from me than anything else. And then you keep putting it back.
Yeah, because free stock. Why would I not want to take it? I got 2 free stock, and I want to keep you at 0. This card's actually not bad. I don't know if Jojo has enough slots to run it.
That's the issue I'm finding, is that there are a lot of level 0s I like, and my decks aren't infinite size. So right now I'm sort of playing around with my counts and seeing how things go.
Dude, you play Magic, dude. Your deck's infinite.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. All right. Let's see here. Next up, we got this Scala. Let's see. Once per turn, when you use an act, he gets on reverse blind stock. Okay. He's Maya from Conclave. Pretty standard. I think Maya is 5/5 now that I think about it, though.
Maya is 5/5, but I believe the Railgun 1/0 that has this effect is also 5k.
Yeah.
Does Maya have some neg?
No.
I don't believe you, but I guess I'll look it up afterwards.
I can look it up right now because I have the card in front of me.
It's not super important. I do want to point out, so this is cool because you do have quite a few act abilities that can prime him. Note that all counters also count as acts. And then one really fun thing you can do is, this is actually not a bad standby target at level 0. And then when your opponent actually thinks they can get over it, you have a level 0 1500 counter in this set that primes him and then gives you a free stock when you troll them and reverse them on your turn.
Alright, so it turns out I am a bot, so it is 5k.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, can confirm. I am a bot. Anyways, standard power though. So it's similar to why so many people ran Maya in Conclave, because you ran the Z3 package and then you backed up Maya, and then her skill would prime, and then you could also save other characters because you have the splittable act abilities. So you could save 2 characters and get a blind stock. It's pretty solid.
Also worth noting is Pericolo's skill, where he looks at top 2 and adds level 1 or higher, would prime him as well. It's not giving him power, but it's just, you pay 1 stock, you get a card, and then if he reverses some level 0 they've left out, you get that stock back. It's really good. Really good combo.
Alright. Next up, we got filtering options. Mainly like mill effects, shenanigans,
fixing your hand,
escape deck. Alright. We got this Giorno to start off with. If everyone is Golden Wind, he gets 1k. And then he's on play, climax pitch to salvage a character. He's 0-2. Because he's also from the TD. Is he the SP from the TD?
He's the SP from the TD, yep.
So he's actually 0-2. Anyways.
It's your best climax out.
Yeah, that's true.
Good card.
Good card.
Good card. Next up, we got...
Also, 2/5 is nice.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Formaggio. Let's see here. On play, give your opponent's front row minus 500 power.
Bye, Caban.
Bye, Sayo.
Bye, Sayo. Bye, Kavan. Who else is 500? That's really annoying. Ellie sometimes if they ever swing with it.
The Sakurajima Rize, I think.
No, Sakuraji. Oh yeah, it is 500.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's 500.
It is-
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's.
That one's 500 and the rabbit one's 500.
Oh, at least we just have to hope that there's one in the waiting room at the point.
And then he's also a pay one, pitch one, drop search.
You just play 2 and kill Hibiki.
There you go.
Oh.
Card's got some interesting double utility.
Yeah.
Also great flavor, because his whole thing is he shrinks his opponent. So he has a few cards, and they're all about reducing your opponent's level or reducing their power.
A minus 500. Negates global 5 for 1 turn.
Yep.
Alright, and then we have the Pericola that we were talking about earlier. I'm still
Great
gonna be
card.
weirded out by his face. I don't know why.
Those eyes.
Moving on. Next up we have Narancia. On play, if you have 2 or more other characters, you can draw a pitch.
Umari's a good card.
And then on play, you can mill 2. If you hit a
You have to mill
climax. Oh, yeah. Mandatory mill 2. If you hit a climax, give a character on your opponent's front row minus 1k.
Good card.
Bye, Hibiki.
Goodbye.
Bye, who else is 1k? Who's annoying?
Hagumi bombs.
Goodbye, Hakumi. Goodbye, Asanas.
True.
I think that's about all the 1K cards out there.
The Yuki's 1k though. But you get a high encore.
Or some ditch card.
Oh my god.
On play, make your opponent pitch a card.
I mean,
Pitch
really,
one again?
the mill 2 is nice, but really you're playing here for that draw drop. Because that effect is just amazing.
Also works well with the Fugo Brainstormer because you can top check and then decide if you want to draw that.
Yeah, you can play him, top check, and then decide if you want to mill first or draw first.
Pretty good. Chain link in White Schwartz.
Check timing.
Smooth 5, dude.
Moving right along, we have this Spice Girl who's on play, pay 1, pitch a character to look top 3 and add a character. The Ron
So add
promo.
anything.
Yeah. It's the Ron promo, except it's 2K. Oh wait, Ron's 2K.
Ron's 1k.
Wait.
But the Ron can ditch anything, right?
Yeah, can ditch anything.
So here you have to ditch a traded character, but you can add anything to top 3.
Well, Ron is also like anything top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron's supposed to be part of it.
Well, no, but she ditches anything, not ditch a character.
Yes, but they're still look at top 3 at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the 1,000 power difference.
Oh, okay.
For 1,000 power, you get options of
What about look
pitch.
at 4 though?
But I could pitch a traded character and look at 4.
And you're 2k?
And I'm no, I think I'm 1-5.
1-5, yeah. 1-5.
Hey, but you guys have to...
Balance.
Hey, wait, but you guys still have to pay 1 on top of pitching. I can pitch 2 cards to look at 4. Konkole memes.
You see that real quick before, since I have my sunshine with me right now.
that was a pretty fun. That was a pretty meme way to get in there. Ron versus Spice Girl. Sun Bargin from Sun Bargin.
This is a
from
pretty good
Hong Kong.
include for almost any deck because, you know, any chance you have to draw your combo pieces is,
Yeah.
is normally, in most sets, there's not really a way to grab your CX, and so this gets it. Maybe if it's in top 3, so I like it a lot. I put in almost every single one of my decks.
Same reason why people try and squeeze in a slot for a singular Ron promo in a lot of Bang Dream. It's a good card. Wait, Kaicho, is Wins looking for a card?
Yeah, it's 1K.
Oh, okay.
It's actually pay 1, pitch 1 music character, and then it's look at top 4. 1K.
Oh. Okay. So, 1K versus pitch character versus add extra card.
Do 1k versus, yeah, like, do you want the 1k or do you want hand filter?
Yeah.
I take hand filter, dude.
Well, still, Spice Girl's good. Next up, we have the Ladybug Brooch, which is a 1/2 counter. Search for a Golden Wind character, add it to your hand, and then give a character, when this card is sent to the waiting room, you can bring it back rested.
Well, it's a Fugo counter, but for 2 stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, search one.
Oh, that's the trade-off.
Get Aaron
Yeah.
Yeager, dude.
It's also only on your character versus your opponent and your character.
Yeah. So.
It's like a pay 2 +1, although you get to keep a character on the field and you get to search one from deck, so you can take a damage out. So it's interesting.
Pay 1 search and then pay 1 to encore. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's on a counter, so it's nothing crazy. Addable
So
by
this is-
Pericola.
This is what you meant by there are events that are worth.
Yep.
No, this isn't the event I was talking about, but this one's fun too.
So why is the hand protruding from this?
Because I told you Giorno makes organic matter out of inorganic matter, so this is his brooch. If you look at any of his other arts, and he's using to reform his arm.
I see.
So he uses a brooch to fix his hand.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, same. Next.
Get me out. Okay. Alright, next up we got the Sakura. So, on play, you pitch a Golden Wind character, you bond to the 1/0 vanilla, and then when he dies, you can pitch a card to bring out the 1/0 vanilla from the waiting room, rested.
Well, you
So this
search
is
for it. You don't bond to it.
Yeah, you
Call
search
it out.
Well, we thought it was okay.
You have to ditch a character for the initial search, but for playing it to the stage, you can discard anything, including the 1/0. So this is it's a generic package that maybe gets you a big card at level 0, but otherwise it's possible free filter.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, at 2K, everything's gonna get rid of it. So, next up, we got this 1/0 Abbacchio. On play, give one of the opponent's front row characters -1K and T.
Why?
Okay, so flavor, also puns. So when Giorno is joining the team, they're all trying to like haze him and like play pranks on him because he's like some new guy, and you gotta haze the new guy. And so Abbacchio's prank is he offers him some tea. It's not really tea, and that's why you lose 1,000 power. And I'm not gonna explain what it is, but you can use your imagination.
Oh. Okay, moving along. When he's
I didn't know this was a fraternity. What?
when he's sent to
Yeah,
waiting when he's sent to waiting room, you can pitch a card to salvage the safe key event from waiting room. And the safe key is, oh my god, it's the event. It's the mirror.
Yeah. And that's more flavor because he's the team member that actually secures the key, and he almost dies in the fight, basically. So.
Jojo's just doing Darling's job, but it does it more often and in more ways.
So it's kind of unfortunate that it's he does the bonding on death.
And that he's a level 1.
Yeah, but it's another free filter option.
Yeah. Also a target for Pericolo.
Yes, he is.
Alright, moving along.
So is the event.
Yep. Moving along. Before I start getting tilted by the fact that JoJo's literally doing the mirror event better than Darling, we got this Bucciarati. When you use an act, you can choose a character and give them 1K, and then act spammable, pay 1, draw ditch.
Another way to try and dig for your climaxes.
Yeah. Although I'm
This
not
is a PR, right?
Yeah, this is one of the PRs.
Yeah.
Box poppers.
Although I'm not entirely sure how often people use the spammable draw pitch part. Thus, the part that you get, the fact that you get to give 1K on act is pretty solid.
I mean, it's three forms of utility added in one. Like if you're digging for something, you can do the act and draw for it. If you need to ditch something, you can pay one and draw, then ditch the card you need to ditch. And then he also just gives you 1,000 power for free when you do that.
Yeah. All right.
So I like he might be my favorite of the box toppers, but there's a few good ones.
All right. So that's all of our main filtering options in JoJo, and I think we still have we have power pumps and
Yep.
cards that get power. Let's see here. So starting off, we have the Pulpo, who's it's Married Life. So front 500, and then when you play a climax, you can pump another 1K. Pretty standard.
They're like for 1K, not 500. Dude.
Oh. Anyways.
It's good, you know.
Yeah.
Any decks that need a reverse, this is a fine level 0 to toss in if you got room for it.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Giorno, who puts the GER under him as a marker. He gives front 500 and Encore 2. And then he has the pay 2, pitch a character when you're level 3 or higher to bring out the GER as out onto the stage, and you can slurp him back in.
Never use that description again, please.
What, slurp?
That was disturbing.
Yeah, we're not darling, dude.
Slurp some back in. That's okay.
Slurp it up.
The fact that he's a 1/1 really hurts him, but this is an interesting card that if you're playing the GER, probably, you know, I'm currently toying around. I think I'm playing like 2. I might up it, might lower it as I play more games.
Yeah.
Dude, he kills costs less, dude. He's the costless beater for you. Kill those 1/1s.
There you go. If you can pop him high enough.
If he gets enough power. All right. Next up, we have the 2/1 Diavolo, who gives level 3's 2,000 power, and then he puts the King Crimson underneath him as the marker. He's a lot more viable, considering that King Crimson himself is a 3. So King Crimson gets to what, 12K at that point?
Yeah, with this behind him.
Yeah. So not bad.
If you have this and the Diavolo out, then that's you know, your King Crimsons are like 13-5.
Oh, when you trigger the standby.
Yeah.
Swole Crimson. Anyways. Next up, we have this Mista, who gives level assist and on play, pay 1, pitch a climax, choose a climax from waiting room. So climax swap.
Good generic utility.
It's in a TD. It's an option. Budget.
I mean, it's nice.
Yeah?
Small shameless plug. Sunshine has that effect on 0.
Oh my god. Next up, we have Bucciarati. On play, you can put sticky fingers down as a marker, and then pitch a character to bring up the sticky fingers.
Wait, is it the sticky fingers from the trial deck?
No, it's one from the set.
Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Same.
The Bucciarati also rest give someone 1K, and then the sticky fingers is Shimakaze Kai. On attack, give someone 500 times characters on the board. So
this is actually a really good combo piece with the 1/0 Bruno combo, because this can help you get over like standby targets.
yeah.
Because you can tap for 1,000 and then attack with the things to open sticky fingers, and then you know, pump him by 3K, so he swings for 10K. The first
Then
one.
pump him by 2K with a Minami?
Yeah. But
I was
we all
getting
are
swole.
sad because it's not the sticky fingers from the TD.
No, it's not, unfortunately. Although you can play them together, because
Yeah.
he can pump up that TD sticky fingers to, you know, 7K or 8K or whatever.
And then you
And then,
peace out, and then you put this
peace
guy
out.
underneath as a marker, and then your board's empty.
Exactly.
But then
No, it's
your
definitely
opponent's playing Fever.
2 days.
Next up, we got the Abbacchio 2/1, who gives global 1K, and he does the shenanigans with the 2/2 Moody Blues, who's part of the restand combo. Yeah, I don't think you really want to do it for the Moody Blues because Moody Blues has to be in the waiting room to do the restand. Although unless you want to do some standby shenanigans, but
I mean, you can use this at level 2 to actually get the Moody Blues out in the field, and just as an attacker, if you're overflowing, because like the cost is ditch 2 characters instead of pay 2 ditch 1 or anything like that. So
yeah,
if you're overflowing hand and you want to save stock, you can get out the Moody Blues that way,
okay.
as an option. And he's swinging for 11k. You assume they're going to kill it in the swing back, and then you play it next turn with the restander or the pseudo restander.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got the 1/1 Trish, who's a level assist to Golden Wind. On play, you put the 1/0 Spice Girl. That's the climax combo top check add, and then it's only pitch a character to do it.
Yeah,
6,
so if you're playing
5?
the 1/0 combo, you definitely want to play some amount of this. To make her
Yeah.
bigger and to also just get her easier.
7/5? Okay. Alright, next up we have the PR Mista, who's on play, gives someone 1500 power. Not bad.
Yeah, generic. If you, I wouldn't say most decks need it, but if you find yourself really wanting a good source of level 0 power pump, and I think this is the best source of on play you have. This also exists in the TD as a 1/0, but usually you have more level 0 room to play with than level 1.
Yeah. Next up we have the 1/0 Giorno PR, who's during your turn, global 5, and then you can rest to give 1k.
Dude, it's Aaron and Diego, but the other way around.
Yep.
Huh. Well, okay then.
Another way to pump your Brunos if you need to.
Yep.
Or if you just want bigger cards in your turn.
Next up, we have this Chocolata. He gives a different 1/0 1 soul, and you can rest to give a Golden Wind character 2000.
He's your biggest power pumper as an act. And then, if you decide you want to go budget and or soul rushy and play this other 1/0, you get a global soul. But if you really want that 2k, he's there. But usually you probably want to play one of the other ones. It's only 1k.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Mark.
I mean, you can definitely do it. It's there. It's a deck.
All right. Next up, we got the level 0 backup. So it's a backup at level 0 for 500 power, but when you use the backup, you get to pump an extra 1000. So it's a level 0 1500 backup.
There, Maki's a 1k counter.
You need a Golden Wind though, dude. Conditions are fake.
Conditions are fake. Well then.
Yeah, like I said, the big meme here is to stand by out the act blind stalker, and then when they try to kill it, you back up at level 0 because they didn't realize you had a level 0 backup, and you get them stock.
6/5. 6/5 is pretty good.
Let me know when that happens at a locals.
Will do. Oh, also, I should say, there's a level 0 bomb that I don't think we have on here because, it's not amazing. There's a level 0 bomb that gets 2k when using act, so you can back them up to 5 or 6k, and then bomb something next turn.
Wait a second.
Another meme.
All
Have
right.
fun with it. Might get to you
Anyways,
guys, the listeners.
from the TD, we have the 1/1 2/5 counter. Pretty standard.
Actually, it's not very standard. Why do we have a 1/1/2/5 counter?
Dude, I'm tilted, dude. My 1/1/2/5 is in a set.
My 1/1's a 2k.
It doesn't even have a condition. It's just printed 2/5.
What do
I've
you
never
mean?
seen that before.
Well,
Oh,
that's
well.
the standard for TDs nowadays, though.
It is? Okay, I just hadn't noticed.
1/1/2/5s are actually just standard for no reason.
I
Yeah.
thought it was 2/1/2. I thought it was 2/1/3k.
Because I saw this in review, I was like, this card's OP. Then I saw it in other sets, and I'm like, wait, it's just standard.
Yeah.
Because 1/1 used to be 2k counters.
True.
Oh, whatever.
Good fun.
Guess
Well,
we're power creeping counters.
goodbye. Anyways, next up we have this Tiziano. It's a 2k punch.
Standard.
but it's on an uncommon, not like the normal trend of it being on a rare. Moving along, we have the Formaggio. 2-1, 2-5.
Funny girl, right?
A lot of sets actually like Sympathy too.
Yeah. When you use the backup, pay 1, sack a character, anti-early play clock, or anti-early play, and then you put a level 0 to replace it.
Well, your opponent.
It's the Eco counter.
It's the Rabbits one.
It's the Rabbit
Rabbit cost with an eco counter, yeah. No, wait, the Rabbit's counter does the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Rabbit counter is level 2 instead of level 1.
That's not banned.
It's not banned, no.
It's not banned.
Because the whole set's banned.
I like this counter a lot, and I think it's a really good, if you're trying to put in answers to early plays, which you should do for every single deck you build ever in today's meta, he's a good option.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Also, it's just a sack counter if you need to avoid like a Yukina or something.
Imagine paying 2 to sack counter, man.
Paying 2, peace out, and then force opponent to have a chump. Anyways, we have this 2-1 Giorno. Oh, back up 3k, and then when you back up, mill 3.
Of your deck.
You mill 3, yeah. Next up, we got...
Has utility if you want mill.
Oh, wait, that's all the power pumps. Okay.
Yep.
I still like that 0-0 counter, though. That's
pretty cool.
That's, man, the best.
Oh, this is bad.
Alright. Next up, we have some beaters to talk about. Hopefully we don't need to talk too much about it. But we got this 004K, gives your opponent Encore 2.
Dude, best demerit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is by far your best level 0 if you just want a big level 0.
Next up, we have the Koichi, the anti-runner. Can't character opposite this can't move to another slot, and when he's placed from hand and onto the stage, he gets 1 level and 1k, so he's a level 1 3k.
So is the Goblin Slayer.
Yeah. Goblin Slayer's permanent level and 1k though if you're playing the game, right?
Yeah. 5 or more in hand, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes up.
Yeah. Next we have the Abbacchio. Can't play events or backups, and when damage is dealt by this card is cancelled, you can pay 1 to draw a card.
This card's pretty cool too. I like him. You know.
I mean,
he's pretty beefy, and he has additional utility.
You can play him in the Stock Soul build, and then if you trigger a Stock Soul, you can turn your Stock Souls into swing 5, and they either take 5, or you can pay out the Stock Soul to get a card.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Next up, we got if you have 1 or less other characters, gets 1500, so he's 4k. Pretty standard. We got, right, the GE, all your opponent gets accelerate for 2/5 power.
This card can be pretty fun to just try and bait your opponents into clocking themselves more. I mean, sometimes it'll come back to bite you, but it's something to think about. It's not something you want to write off immediately.
But I mean, it's basically not a. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not a demerit, but it's basically a 004k, and the opponent has to clock themselves to get rid of it.
And it's during climax phase, so they can't just like be cheese and raking themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Fun card.
We got the level 1s. We got a 1/1 Ellie clone with Hand Encore. Standby target.
Unfortunately, like the level 1 standby targets in the set aren't that great. Like we don't have anyone that's like if you have 1 or 2 more, like 1 or more or 2 or more other characters, this gets like 1/5 and Hand Encore. Like they're all Ellie clones. So
yeah, they're pretty bad, huh? It's actually unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're off color too.
Yep.
We also have the
There's
Fugo.
no red standby target that's a 1/1. So like I said, usually I'm actually just standbying the stock gen guy.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Fugo. During your turn, he gets 2k, and then he has the Sayo Revive, start an Encore step, no other rested, pay 1 to rest him. 7-5
I think the
on.
first time this effect appeared was from the UBW TD Archer 2-2.
Yeah, I just
Could be
remember
wrong.
it from Sayo because it always comes up whenever I have to see Sayo. Anyways, we got a 1/1 Abbacchio. He's an LE clone, but he has Clock Encore this time.
You can choose which one you want, clock or hand.
I mean, he helps you get to level 2 faster, quote unquote. But, you know. We have level 2s. We got the Purple Haze. For every opponent back row character, he gets 2/5, so he gets to be 11k.
If your opponent's 2 back row, yeah.
Yeah.
He's only 1 stock and 1 soul, but he's pretty beefy for 1 stock.
Yep. Alright. And then we got the NB, the hand. For every marker, gets 1k. When it reverses an opponent, you can look at the top card of your deck, but if you do, you accept your fate and put it down as a marker. And then at the start of Encore step, if you have no other rested, you can pay 1 to rest him. And then what's interesting about the 2/2 is that there's a 1/0 that on play, it's a drop assassin, gets 500 for every character, and then when he dies, you can pay 2, pitch 1 to bring out the hand from waiting room and put it rested. So it's a 2/2 that has a level 1. It's kind of like you and Ro, basically.
Also worth noting is that for Notorious B.I.G., the Encore step, pay 1 pseudo Encore means he never actually hits the waiting room, so he gets to keep his markers.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I remember this from. I think you played it in your standby deck.
Oh yes. This card's fun.
Yeah, this card's pretty disgusting.
Because it's not actually an Encore skill. It's just at the start of Encore step, you can pay 1 to rest him if everyone is dead. So he never actually hits waiting room. So unlike most other cards that generate markers, he gets to keep them all. And it's very flavor because he's basically unkillable.
All
It's a
right.
hand.
Yep.
And
He will always chase you.
yeah, those are all our beater options. And then I think to round out, we have a few other miscellaneous cards. Start off, we have the 0/0 Mista that we talked about way back in the video. On play, you can put a card from your hand into stock, and then on play, he gets 1500 power. So he's a 3/5 on the turn he's played, and
And this is the early play
adds you
condition for
stock.
the 3/2.
Yeah,
Cancel burn.
yeah,
So this is just really good if you find yourself you're gonna be over hand size, just get an extra stock, or you find at level 3 you need 1 more stock to do whatever your combo is. He's there for you. Just so
Brainstorm first turn.
yeah.
You also Brainstorm or Ricky first turn. It's cool.
And you hit 2 and it's a plus.
Ooh.
Yeah, true story. Happened earlier today.
Real life.
Based on real life.
Next up, we got the Babyface. Global 500, and then act. Pay 3, shoot a character, rest Babyface, salvage an event or a climax. This card's pretty cool. That's
very expensive, but it's a very interesting ability.
I mean,
don't write it off. Think about including it in your decks if you're very event focused, or if you're not including the 3/2 Giorno because you don't want to fit yellow in for some reason, or you don't have space for him. This can fetch you your combo if you need it at the end.
yeah.
Or your
If
top end
you have
drops.
lots of stock.
All right. Next up, we got the Black Sabbath 2/1. On play, he gets 1,000 times number of characters, and then when a climax is played by your opponent, if they have a climax in their waiting room with the same name, you can pay 1, pitch 1, mill the top card of their deck, burn them for the level of the card that you milled.
Very interesting card.
I mean, I still support what I said back then. This is like the best card to like stand by and just have it stare menacingly from the back row, because then you could just look at your opponent and just be like, "Do it, you won't," for the rest of the game.
I've done it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty
Definitely
fun
pulled off
stuff.
a burn 2 and a burn 3 before.
Anyways, next up we got this Mista Global 500 to Golden Win, and then you can put a Sex Pistol reveal a Sex Pistol from your hand, put it down as a marker to draw pitch, and then you can rest him to bring out up to 5 bullets if you're level 1 or higher, and put him out onto the stage.
And then the next card is the bullets.
Yep. The bullets in question are 1/0s. You can have up to 6 of them in your deck flavor. And then for every other bullet, it gets a soul. 4, 5, 5 soul.
And what was it? There's numbers 1 through 7 because one of the numbers are missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still doesn't like number 4 because it has bad luck connotation. So he has 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
True.
Pierre, I remember I remember when you were opening your boxes, I predict you will get the most of number 4.
I was like, yeah, good meme. That's the one that doesn't exist.
Alright, moving along.
Interesting for a Soul Rush deck.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Sisters package from Kantai, where they get 1k and 1 soul for having the other sister on the board. But yeah. Next up we got this 2-1 Bucciarati. Oh my gosh. Okay, so on play, you can pitch a climax, send an opponent's character to memory, and then at the start of Encore step, your opponent puts that character back. Or as we've come to know it in the White Shorts Club, Billy Shakes.
From the Apocrypha card.
It's a Billy Shake someone.
Billy shook you. And then on reverse, anti-early play, bottom deck bomb. Yes, this is the character who single-handedly ended my very brief time as a Darling player. Nah, but this is the card that got clean-cutted and I contemplated life.
I see.
No, the worst part was Piero rubbed it in and said, "Now I could Billy Shakes the other one, but I'm not going to." And I was just like, "Thank you for your benevolence, kind sir."
Thank you for your benevolence as I proceed to kill one of yours by bottom decking it, and then I get to clean cut it back.
Yeah.
So I saved you from this humiliation, but I didn't save you from the other.
Oh my
Like
God.
the Ditch of Climax is kind of costly, but there's a lot of really gross stuff running around nowadays that you just want to not deal with. So I think that actually is a pretty good secondary effect, because like you can get rid of the Bunny Girl Bodyguard, you can get rid of Priestesses, you can get rid of like anything that's like minus Soul Wall, or you can get rid of like their King Crimson if you want to attack in that extra lane.
You can get rid of Janistas.
Yes, like there's lots to just. Okay, it's not a permanent solution because they come back later, but for the turn, if you just push it for damage, trying to win that turn, just say adios.
I've had enough of your shit. Get out of here.
Yeah, I really like this 2-1 bomb. It's really cool.
Yeah. All right. We have the Sticky Fingers from the TD. On reverse, you can send him to memory, and at the start of your draw phase, he comes back. Why did he not get any more support?
No more Time Machine.
I was really hoping this would get like a bond in the set, but the TD itself didn't have a plus combo level 1. This was your combo, and so you just have to roll with him. And like you can, I've written a few decks out that use this as your generation or your blessing at level 0 or level 1, and you just use the 0/0 marker Bruno that gets the other Sticky Finger. Use that to power pump this one. Reverse 2 lanes with him, and then send the marker back under the Bruno, and so you empty your board and avoid Minamis or whatever.
Whoa, wait, Piro. There is a bond to the Sticky Fingers. Pericolo.
It's true.
Anyways. Next, we got the 2-1 Bucciarati. If you have sticky fingers, he
The
gets
last part
4K.
specifically.
Yeah, the previous sticky fingers. And then on play, you can pitch a card and then search for a sticky fingers, put it on the stage, and the sticky fingers in question gets 2K. So it's a 7K that it's a 7K sticky fingers. Pretty big and pretty good.
This is just something that I think needed to be pointed out because for people who didn't look at the TDs, this is actually a pretty neat interaction combo you can use to run either with just the 1-0 or with the 1-0 and the 2-1 to give yourself some board presence level 2 as well.
Next, we got the Polnareff. On attack, gives another character 1,000 times the number of soul of that character. And then act, you can pay 1, send him to waiting room to salvage a 2-0 event from the waiting room. And the 2-0 event in question is compulsory evacuation device card. Bounce a character or on the field. One of your characters, basically. Oh well.
Good flavor. And interesting, like, I haven't played around with this event yet, but it's definitely useful for avoiding. I mean, it's free fever, I guess, but it avoids own reverse effects. So
yeah,
if that's pretty prominent in your meta, it's something to take a look at.
Best part is it's choose one of your characters, not choose one of your battling characters. So you get to piece someone else out if anything happens.
Just play it again on your turn, dude, and then just brainstorm again.
Yeah.
There you go.
We got Chariot Requiem. On play, you can pay 1 to choose 2 of your opponent's characters, stand and swap them, and those characters get plus 6K. This is the character in question that switched my Strelitzia and my Brainstorm, and then he paid 1 with the Giorno to bounce the Brainstormer, and then he just direct attacked me for game.
Oh, so you didn't have to deal with the bonus power either.
Yeah, he basically just said, screw this to dealing with Strelitzia. Just swing 3 forehead.
This card's really good flavor. I think a lot of people are going to sleep on it because of 6,000 power, but you can always, like, there's level 0 bombs, level 1 bomb. You just want to avoid that power condition where you can just bottom deck it or 0 reverse it. If you want to get rid of troublesome back row that's level 0 or 1. Now, again, if they have some level 2 or level 3 back row that's really gross, it's going to get super big and you can't do anything about it, but definitely a thing to consider.
Still blocked by Armin.
Yeah, Armin sucks. I hate Armin.
Armin sucks.
It's only $5, dude. Budget.
But this is a common card. Budget. Next up, we got this 2-1 Mirror Man. At the start of a counter step, you can pay 5, pitch 2, choose a level 1 or higher battling opponent of this card, and put it to the bottom of their deck. Wait, what?
So it's the same number of resources as the King Crimson.
Yeah.
And then it's 7 total. This can ditch anything, not just characters, but it costs 1 extra stock. However, it has the drawbacks of your opponent still gets to generate a stock, unlike for King Crimson.
Yeah.
And this only works on level 1 or higher. So like if you're just trying to stop that last damage from a level 0 or something, or level 1, you can't.
Yeah. But still pretty good. I don't know how often it comes into play.
He's worth, if you're generating a lot of stock, like if you're building a green compression deck or any sort of compression deck, he's something to take a look at. Yeah, like he's also not too bad as a possible standby target if you want to try and pull this effect off.
Yeah. Next up we have this White Ice. When this card gets reversed, you can pay 1, pitch 2 to rest this card, and then reverse the opponent.
It's also pretty cute. I like it. As a 2-soul beater, it's also not too bad as a standby target if you want to just deny your opponent keeping their cards on the board.
This is the White Shorts equivalent of No You.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. I never thought I'd see a card like that. We have this Crush. Once per turn, when you use an act, he gets 2k, and then he's a level 0 reverse bomb. 3/5, and then becomes a bomb. Pretty good.
Like I said, you can really dunk on someone if they try to attack him. You back him up with the level 0 backup. Get him over that character and then bomb him with someone next turn.
Next
really
up,
rude.
yeah, we got this 2-0 event. Rest one of your standing Golden Wind characters. Choose 2 characters on your opponent's stage, and they get minus 1500 power. I think that kills almost all Brainstorms. If not all Brainstormers.
It kills most Brainstorms that have extra added utility.
Yeah.
Because I think the Brainstorm demerit is only 500 power. So you gotta have some other skill in you to make you lose an extra 1,000. Which most do.
Well, because...
But not all.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Minus 1500 power.
Something to think about.
Yep.
This doesn't beat Rico from first set. He's actually 2k with Avenger 500. Got him.
I think
another notable exception is the Mordred Brainstormer from Apocrypha, which just can't be chosen by this effect.
I think.
Oh, got him.
Oof. I think Zara from Conclave is 2k as well. Anyways. Here's that frog phone that we were talking about way back in the day. It's a 1/2 counter. It's basically free fresh. Return all your cards in the waiting room and shuffle them into your deck.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Level 1 free fresh. No requirement for full board. No 4 colors. None of that.
Nope. It's just 1/2 and it's a counter.
The problem is that it's an event, so it's the only way to get it is with the Melone or the Babyface card.
Pericolo.
Or Pericolo, that's true. So it's a little inconsistent, but it's a very good card and pretty good flavor. And that how the 2 personalities communicate is that Diavolo makes Doppio hear a phone ring, and so he picks up whatever is nearby that's quasi phone shaped and starts talking into it. So in this scene, he just picks up a frog, starts talking at the frog.
Frogs are phone shaped.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Anyways.
I'm glad the frog phone made it into cards because I love the frog.
Next up, we got this lighter event. So you set 1/0 event. You send it to memory. If you level up and if this card's in your memory, you have to put it in the waiting room. But if at the beginning of your next main phase, if it's in memory, you can choose 2 Golden Wing characters, put them into stock, and everyone gets passion for the turn. Or your characters get passion for the turn. And then you have to put this event into the waiting room.
Passione?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the name of the mafia.
Oh, okay.
Because you're passing the emission test if you do this event, and so you get the trait of the mafia.
And 2 stock.
And 2 stock.
So
Benefits.
I can read with 3 of these. Hope to triple cancel the next turn. Gain 6 stock for free.
Lose 3 hand.
Well, you lose 3 hand, yeah.
6 stock.
6 stock with 3 hand? Pay 3 encore? Pay 6
I hold 1 card for 1 stock and a hopeful top check.
Game.
This card's pretty cool.
It's pretty nice. Next up, we got this 1/1 event from the TD. Salvage a character and then choose a character and give it 1k.
Pretty generic, but gets you what you need.
Yep. It's from the TD too, so not bad. And then I think this is the last event. But
favorite
the
event.
Arrow of Hope. Choose a character and put it into stock. If you do, top check. If that card shares traits with the card that you put into stock, you can put that card on the stage.
What?
You don't miss.
Yeah.
Well, is there a way to miss?
If you hit a climax.
No. Outside of that, outside of like climaxes and events, is there a way to miss?
No, everyone in this set has the same trait. They all share
Golden Wind.
Golden Wind.
All right, then. Next, because this card's not bad.
Yeah. I think this is the last card. Oh wait, deck cores.
I'll go ahead and offer. What you do is you play this with the TD Fugo Brainstorm. Lets you top check whenever you play a character. So you just keep playing characters till you see something that's a sweet level 3 and you play this.
Pretty good. All right. A couple of deck cores. I think most of these were made by Piro. Were these yours?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of net decking, but I wanted to just give some ideas of like where you might want to start for a few of the easier to build decks.
Yeah.
For people who are just joining the game or just glancing at the set.
Yeah. So we got a couple of staples. Got a few pretty simple ones that stand out. We got like the Spice Girl, Ron PR. We got the 3/2 Giorno that you were talking about. We got a few cards here that are pretty solid cards to have.
Yeah, these are things that like they have some function that is useful for almost any deck, and so when you're building and you have extra space or there's some thing you feel like you're missing, usually one of these can help fill that slot. Be it, extra search power, extra mill power, extra draw power, etc., etc.
Okay. One of the first decks that you have, or cores that you have, is the Assassination team, which revolves mainly around the gold bar. It's pretty easy combo or deck to play out. You have a level 1 and a level 3 combo. You have a lot of neg power if you want to meme with that.
Yeah, I mean, most of this deck, like about half this deck builds itself because you played level 3, you played level 1, you played level 1 that has to be memory for the Pesci, which is the other 1/0 Prosciutto.
Yeah.
And you play a bunch of the 0/0 that can also put the Prosciutto in memory. And after that, then you're just free to play around with the rest. And so you can keep it green, you keep mono green, and play like the Risottos and the baby faces and the little feats. Or, you can sort of mix bands, as people in the White Shorts Club would say, and then throw in other like yellow, red, blue cards and, try to spice things up and make it more of a compression deck or whatever you want to do using the Risotto and things like that.
Okay. Next core you have here is the Golden Wind core, running around with mainly GER and the Fugo combo.
Yeah, so this is just a fun little 8-win deck where you just don't care about reversing except for your like clean cut. That's about it. And then you can play around with ratios for other things you like for your whatever early play you want, early play removal you want, and additional utility zeros. But this is a kind of a nightmare to play against if you're standby sitting across from this.
Yeah. Next up, you got. Oh, these are some extra options that you can play in the Golden Wind deck, mainly revolving around throwing some Abbacchios, just a couple of event synergies.
Yeah.
You have the notorious King Crimson deck, which is your 8 standby deck that I think you played to get one of your first decks that you tested out.
Yeah, this is the one, like I said, I was looking forward to this one the most because I've never gotten to play 8 standby, and it's just a blast to play. And so these are some of the key cards you'd want to add in. Play with the ratios and play with the rest of the deck, but like you definitely want a lot of Diavolos to make sure they're in waiting room to get that free stand, possibly. You can play King Crimson for your heals and to try and pull off that anti-damage effect. You definitely want some hands for your big level 2s. You can play some Sekos for filters and things like that. And since you're already playing a standby deck that has lots of 1s, 2s, and 3s, you definitely want to make lots of use of the Pericolo and the Doppio.
Yeah. A couple of extra options that you can put in. Just mainly additional standby targets, most notably Black Sabbath I see in there. I also see Arrow of Hope, which is also another cheeky way of like cheating out early plays.
Yep. You also have like the Bruno Twin Drive to help you hit more standbys, or pay out standbys, or both. Or the Fugo Brainstorm to try and see your top checks to guarantee standbys.
Oh. This is, you have your blue deck, the Minami and Stoxel deck. No, I will not attempt to sing that. But this is one of the decks that seems pretty, like, I wouldn't say linear, but like a lot of it is really simple in terms of like what your composition ends up being.
Yeah, this I think this one plays out the most like a standard meta deck for most series, and you're built around getting your reverse level 1, and then this is a very different costed level 3, but it plays like any sort of pseudo restander or restander that's not on reverse, and so you got your early play healers, your pseudo restand target, your Rickies, your married lives, things like that.
So what's the red? What's the red level 0 doing in here?
It's Married Life, dude.
Yeah,
we don't
Married
talk about it. I just put it there because it's Married Life, and you want to get your reverse combos off. But it's options.
Options.
Yeah. Like none of these are 50 cards. Like these are all just like skeletons. And I encourage people to like use these and then change numbers around or take cards out completely and add in what they like as they test more.
Yeah, but
just meant to be good starting points.
Yeah.
You can also, I recommend like shuffling around climax combos, because like the gold bar combo, if you're not playing the salvage split soul, you have like a free climax combo to play with. So you can play like another plussing level 1 combo or an alternate finishing combo or whatever.
Double level 1?
Yeah, double level 1 combo.
Book and gold bar?
Gold bar and book is what I was thinking.
And then you have the level 3 top end with the gold bar. That's pretty solid stuff. Huh.
Like very easy changes are you can you can just sort of mix and match this one with the golden wind deck. Like you can play the Bruno Minami and with the GR, or you can play the Fugo Miller with the Abbacchio restander or pseudo restander. If you for whatever reason, if you like that top end but prefer the other plussing combo, that's an easy switch to make, and you just adjust your level 0 colors accordingly.
Throw in some sticky fingers as another
option.
option.
Throw in some sticky fingers, good. I always encourage that.
Throw in some sticky fingers. But yeah.
I love the sticky fingers cards.
Yeah, that about does it for our pretty long overview. We crossed the 2-hour 20. Wow. Alright, you guys will enjoy watching this in like 1.5 speed. Probably do some homework to the background of this.
Yeah, hopefully this has been useful for anyone that actually wants to build it. And
yeah, I'll have the timestamps in the description for particular sections, but just closing thoughts, like Pira, I know that you've been having a blast with the set, but is like anything.
I certainly don't think it's the best set ever, but if I could, I would definitely play this at WGP Nats. I like it a lot, and I think it's while not the best deck ever, it's definitely a pretty solid contender, and it's got a lot of interesting utility and lots of tools. I mean, there's some things that it would like to have. Like, of course, every set wants an Azusa, and there's no Azusa here. But, Pirohiko is amazing. You got Spice Girl, which is great. There's just so much great zero utility. It's hard to fit all in, and the top ends are pretty cool and unique, and it captures the flavor really well. So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. Kaicho, you got any closing thoughts? Like, is there like a non-0% chance that you might actually invest in a set that has dudes in it?
No. It's actually 100%, dude.
Aww.
The closest one I've got to is Sword Art.
The closest I've gotten to is Sword Art.
But yeah, I think this set's pretty fun. It looks it's very flavorful, and you can have a lot of good ideas playing the set.
Yeah. Wins, closing thoughts, anything catching you that you're like, maybe I'll mess around with it like on an off day or something?
Not in particular.
Okay.
There's not really something that's super popping my eye, at least for the most part. Mostly because I'll play the set if I very much so enjoy the series, and considering I haven't seen Jojo, I can't really feel the need to play the set.
That's fair. As for
me, other than that, I mean, card effects are solid. Outside of that, I don't really think I'd play it. I would think out of 0 to 5, I would put it at tier 0 to tier 5. I'd probably put this at like tier 3 to 2.
Okay. Personally, like, I think this set's got plenty of like nooks and crannies that are worth exploring. I don't think I would play the set like religiously or like make it like a personal set, but like if I ever came to a point where I was like wanting to build like a budget set or have something to play like as a side option, I wouldn't mind trying out a build or two just to like meme around or mess with some fun interactions with this card. these cards.
Partial reason to not build this list or build the set is so that I can wait till Pirohiko comes back, so that I don't need to build the set.
No, that's true.
We'll already have the cards.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's like, I definitely want to, like, I wouldn't mind dabbling with some of these cards and just messing around with it. But yeah, this has been another episode of Brainstorm. I know it's been long. I know that you guys are probably, like, tuned out at this point, but if you guys stayed till the end, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more Weiss content. Be on the watch out for some stuff. Yeah, leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments for what set to review next.
Oh yeah, that's good. Get some interactions in the comments. Be on the lookout in the next few weeks, because we're going to have a little bit of Bang Dream related content coming soon, because Set 2 is coming out in English, so stick around for that.
If you have any questions.
Yeah. But see you guys then.